This oh-so-hot summer week, I learned about what this heat does to people, their environment and others. How to stay cool, what best to do in every situation, and I am sharing it with you.
Let's be real, summer isn't just a season you can casually endure anymore. It's become a strategic challenge. So, it's time to forget everything you thought you knew about just staying cool. We're about to dive into a modern technical blueprint for mastering your body temperature no matter where you are. Let's get into it. Everything starts with this number, 40.3 degrees Celsius. That's about 104.5 degrees Fahrenheit. That was a record-shattering temperature hit in the UK not long ago, and a number like that, well, it pushes the absolute limits of what the human body can handle. When temperatures get this extreme, your old tricks for staying cool, they just don't cut it anymore. This isn't just about comfort, it's about your safety and your ability to function. And that's really what this is all about. We're moving past just passively surviving the heat and into a phase of strategic mastery. This is all about using science, very specific actions, and the right kind of gear to take control of your environment, whether you're at home, on the job, or just trying to get from A to B. So here's our game plan. We'll start with this new summer reality. Then we're going to focus on turning your home into a cool sanctuary. After that, we'll tackle the commute and road trips, look at strategies for working in the heat, and even figure out how to have fun outdoors again. And finally, and this is the most critical part, we'll cover how to spot the danger signs of heat-related illness. First up, your home sanctuary. The goal here is actually pretty simple. Keep as much heat out as you can during the day and get as much heat out as you can at night. It's a 24-hour strategy. Now, the cornerstone of this whole home strategy is something called the diurnal window protocol. I know, it sounds super complicated, but it's actually brilliantly simple. When the air outside is hotter than the air inside, you seal everything up, windows, blinds, everything. Then, once the sun goes down and the air finally cools off, you open it all back up and let all that trapped heat escape. Let's break down what that looks like. During the day, your mission is all about mitigation. Windows are sealed, blinds are down. You should also turn off anything that generates its own heat, like big screen TVs or your oven. Then, at night, the mission changes to dissipation. You throw those windows open, you set your ceiling fans to run counterclockwise. That actually pulls the cooler air up from the floor. And you can even open your chimney flue to let hot air rise and escape. It's called the stack effect. So what if you need relief like right now? You can actually create your own little microclimate. It's a simple hack, but it is so effective. All you need is a bowl, some ice, and a fan. But here's the key. Use a metal or glass bowl. They hold the cold way better than plastic, which makes the whole effect a lot stronger. And here's what that setup looks like. As the fan blows air across the ice, the combination of melting and evaporation creates this little pocket of wonderfully chilled air. You're basically using basic physics to your advantage to get targeted cooling right where you need it most. Okay, so now let's take these principles and hit the road. Your commute or road trip. These things come with their own unique challenges, those stuffy train platforms or the way your car basically turns into an oven. The key, as always, is strategic preparation. Think of your commute like a tactical operation. You can see some key protocols here. There's the two-shirt strategy for your daily trip to work and the pre-cooling mandate for road trips, which is all about stopping your car from soaking up a ton of heat before you even get in. And for any good operation, you need the right gear. Think of this as your technical arsenal. A little battery-operated fan for instant airflow, a vacuum-insulated tumbler that keeps your water ice-cold for hours, a little refresh kit, and even a compact umbrella for your own personal shade. And hey, don't underestimate those earbuds. Reducing the stress of a hot, crowded commute can actually help you feel cooler. Now, here is one of the most practical tips out there for anyone with a commute. It's the two-shirt strategy. You wear a light, breathable t-shirt for the journey itself. Then, once you get to your nice air-conditioned office, you can cool down for a bit and then change into your crisp, dry work shirt. It's a total game changer for how you feel and look when you walk into the office. All right, let's shift gears to a place where beating the heat isn't just about comfort. It's a critical matter of safety. For folks working in industrial settings or outdoors, heat is a direct and very serious hazard. In these kinds of environments, you don't guess. You follow official, data-backed protocols. The foundation is OSHA's water, rest, shade mantra, but a really key rule, especially for new workers, is the acclimatization rule. So what does that actually mean? The OSHA 20% rule is a slow ramp up. On day 1, a new worker should only be at full intensity for 20% of their shift. Each day after that, they increase it by another 20%. This whole 5-day process gives the body time to physically adapt to the heat stress, and that dramatically reduces the risk of someone getting sick. And beyond the rules, the technology available now is a complete game changer. This right here is the ice plate, and it's a piece of personal protective equipment that actively cools you down. It can deliver 70 watts of cooling power by circulating cold water around your core. And then, get this, the worker can drink that same water for hydration. It's an incredible fusion of cooling and hydration in one system. Now, staying safe in the heat doesn't mean you have to be cooped up inside all day. It just means we need to reimagine how we approach outdoor fun. Whether you love to hike, run, or go camping, having a strategic mindset is what lets you enjoy yourself safely. The approach here has a few different layers. It's a mix of everything, from understanding the science behind your clothes, to carrying the right kind of fuel and sun protection, and even using these really old breathing techniques to help regulate your internal temperature. Okay, let's geek out for a second on the science behind your gear, because this is actually fascinating. The best performance fabrics use 2 different kinds of yarns. Hydrophobic yarns, which means they repel water, sit against your skin and physically push sweat away. Then, on the outer layer, you have hydrophilic yarns, which absorb water, that pull that moisture to the surface of the shirt where it can evaporate super fast, creating a cooling effect. Pretty clever, right? All right, this next one might look a little strange, but trust me, it works. It's a way to cool yourself from the inside out called Satali Pranayama. You just roll your tongue into a little tube and then inhale slowly through it. The moisture on your tongue actually cools the air before it even gets to your lungs. It's a simple but powerful way to lower your body's perception of the heat. And that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most important part of this whole blueprint. You can have all the best preparation in the world, but it's useless if you can't recognize when things are starting to go wrong. Knowing the signs of heat-related illness can literally save a life. Okay, you need to pay really close attention here. The difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke is absolutely critical. With heat exhaustion, you'll see symptoms like dizziness and nausea, and the skin will feel cool and clammy. The immediate action is to get to a cool place and sip water. But heat stroke is a full-blown medical emergency. Key signs are confusion and hot, dry skin, and the body temperature will be over 103 degrees Fahrenheit. You have to call 911 immediately. Get them to a cool area, but, and this is vital, do not give them fluids to drink. And one last thing, this strategy can't just be about you. The most vulnerable people, that's infants, young kids, and older adults, are at a much higher risk. Make it a personal protocol to check on them at least twice a day during a heat wave. It's a simple act that can prevent an absolute tragedy. So, we've covered the tactics for your home, your commute, your workplace, and your downtime. You've got the gear list and the knowledge to spot danger. The technical blueprint is now in your hands. So the only question left is your strategy ready?
Did you learn something new and exciting about how to stay cool this summer? Share it here. I want to know about it too.